interacting to season 1, episode 13 of Revenge. The last episode was a turning point because not only did Conrad try to have and try to dupe Dan, we now know Dan wants to propose to Emily so he can be with the love of his life, but also to get the bank and finesse his dad and help his mom succeed in this divorce case. We then have, once again, Amanda, the current fake Amanda, going in for a Oscar nomination win and getting Theo to look salty, only for Victoria to once again put her blackmailing hands into gear and finesse Theo into being a loyal servant of hers, for Theo to lose every single item and recording and book and his memoir within a few hours. He lost, and this is probably one of our biggest ops next to Victoria and Conrad, and he has lost everything. I know he's sick in his tummy. We're gonna be seeing the aftermath, but also I feel like due to him being the biggest piece of anger Emily has, she's putting the divorce lawyer, into the back burner, maybe until the divorce is really getting closer to being finalized, to potentially mess them up. Or she'll let Victoria defeat Conrad or vice versa and then finish them off with the, hey, your lawyer is a scammer just like you. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Anyways, let's dive in. And also, I actually also forgot that we had the biggest shock plot twist ever, which is that David Clark decided to say, hey, Charlotte's my daughter. I almost forgot that. Let's get back into the episode.
So beautiful. Her eyes were so familiar. I barely heard the judge when he told me that I would never leave this prison alive. He wasn't certain.
Just I'm gonna find out.
She's gonna find out.
Graysons are gonna find out for me.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay, yeah. No, they're not.
Look, I came here for revenge, and you offered to help. If you can't stomach it anymore, then how about you at least spare me your passive aggressive?
Your ballpark? 500 million, give or take.
When were they established?
From 100 million.
Making them community property now that we voided the
They
prenup.
that thirsty. They got orange juice and tea.
Victoria.
Well, it looks like your father's deceit is good news for both of us.
How so?
Just saying.
And if you truly care about my happiness, you'll find a way to love her too.
Do you see her face? This is the face of a killer, Bella. Be transparent with you, brother.
Hey. Heard you guys went to paint the town. You made it back just before the storm. Okay. What's so important you couldn't wait until I was on dry land? Mason Treadwell's house burned to the ground the night that you left town. She seems like we look like the type. Looks are always deceiving with Victoria. She despises Treadwell, and she despises you too.
That was phase 1.
And Jack.
And Jack, she didn't want to hear that. She about to get you out of here. That was the phase. That was a test.
Your future. Yeah, what about it? You've been through a lot lately.
Word.
You lost your father, and then you and your brother struggled to make ends meet. What grades? And what if I told you the tuition's already paid for? The grades.
What?
You've made things easier
Charlotte.
for my daughter lately. I just want to...
Seriously?
He's smiling. He clenching the shit out his cheeks.
We're in school together.
Right, they're gonna be in college together.
May have participated in from a legal standpoint was voided by your client's affair with Ms. Davis.
I'm afraid we're talking about a much more serious breach of trust here, Ryan.
She did it to send me a message that the little girl she was raising with Conrad is mine.
Conrad just gave the girl a scholarship after just finding out this team.
You'll once again be the desperate, penniless little bitch you were when I first met you.
Whoa! Oh, he clocked her tea bad.
I represent you when I can't even
They
trust
about to fake a
I
DNA
told you
test.
I've had an affair.
you. You didn't tell me it was with David Clark, or that Charlotte could possibly be his daughter.
Please invite Amanda Clark up this afternoon for tea. Do not take no for an answer.
Clock dot 2. Damn, he couldn't just take the piece of hair. He took the whole damn brush. Is he serious? He couldn't take the hair, the bundles? And she about to plant it in her. You're gonna do your friend dirty like this? Damn. Casualties is casualties. That's...
What are you doing in here?
Jack, I'm
Ooh.
so sorry. I was looking for Amanda.
It means a lot.
Yeah! Jack,
I'll tell you, stop by.
Jack, if you knew,
Hey, Jack.
don't tell her. Yo! She said, you cannot trick me. You cannot trick me.
Remember a company picnic where one bite sent you straight
No
to
way.
the room? Your father was beside
She knows she a fake. A flashback.
Grayson believes that you have some sort of vendetta against us. This dovetails very nicely with this uncanny sense I have that his house didn't just burn down accidentally.
The DNA to see if it's her.
There's no way that girl is David Clark's
They're
daughter.
doing DNA for DNA. No! You knew it! You knew. Girl. Damn. Did it stay serious?
Knock, knock.
They went real for real with it, ain't she?
Oh,
You
sound
an
about as
extra
happy as my
bitch.
mom does. What happened to being Emily's best friend?
Right, she ain't.
I need to speak with her in private.
That might not be the best.
Ooh.
It's not a request.
It's a demand?
Must you drag
Now
Charlotte
she
into
getting
all this?
demanded.
The terrorist.
David Clark was no terrorist, and he was twice the man you ever were.
A
Oh!
very hard time convincing the rest of the
She
world.
defended her man.
What's happens to Charlotte will be on your hands.
God, okay, but you just gave Declan a little scholarship. Oh, you gonna stand beside that? Did she hear that?
Okay, look. You've been like this ever since your tea with Victoria. You gonna tell me what
Why would she
happened?
ever say that? Nolan!
Sorry. Jeff,
That's my kid.
anything?
That's my kid. Yeah.
Jack can't know about anything that Emily's told you.
She barely told me anything. I'm practically as in the dark as Jack is.
Oh, listen, Emily's been nothing but good to you.
Right, like you about to bring Jack into this shit. Look what Victoria gonna do.
Hey,
You want to
Daddy.
take on his persona? You better zip it up. He won't.
What'd she do this time?
What she do this time?
What was just
What do you got? What we got for you, girl?
I thought you were buying another house here.
Oh, I know that was the plan, but I think it's best if you go back to your mother's.
I can't stand her, Daddy. You know that.
That's crazy. Like he just flipped that switch all because he found out that that's not his daughter. Because if he didn't hear that, he would have still been there for her. Oh, on a boat? On a boat? No.
Would have thrown me off the boat.
Which is why I'm
Damn, they getting
sure
out the
about
way.
I feel for you. Because as long as I have you,
Think she's shocked. Possibly. She said, "What in the hell now?" Dan is on cloud 9. It's gonna be sad he gonna get caught in this crossfire. Like he's watching his family deteriorate. Like
You rain on anyone's parade.
she's like, "Yeah, look,
oh my, sorry, we were just.
look at the hand."
It's obvious what you were doing, sweetheart.
Come on, Mom, be happy for us.
This is the second time y'all are telling this lady that, and she's looking at you with the most straightest evil face ever. She's like,
According to her text,
"Now Jack knows."
I'm gonna go to the loo.
Now Jack said, "What?" Some mirror.
Retreat.
I'm on the clock.
What time you done? Maybe I can give you a ride home.
I am home.
He's about to lose it.
And is Miss Thorne at all aware that she's just part of a scheme for you to get your hands on your share of the company?
He gonna say, "What?" I would have said, "What you mean by that?"
What secret? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Say it or break
Oh,
it.
you're so cozy with your mommy. Why don't you let her tell you?
Charlotte. I'm sorry to bother you. I was looking for Daniel.
The
and she was looking
odds.
for you. You went to the
Your
South
sister?
Fork Inn.
Yeah, sister.
I've just never seen him look at me that way before.
Like what?
What way? The way he looks at my mom.
She said, "My brother
Yeah, he wanted to tell you.
proposed to my half."
Is that okay?
Sorry.
The lab compared Amanda's DNA samples to Charlotte's.
And
There's
They're a
none.
match.
Oh.
They're definitely half sisters.
you're fired.
Oh, okay, now he can get destroyed. But okay, but my thing is how do they do that? I know that the fake Amanda actually tastes the spoon, but I know that you got it wired to where it would do that, so maybe she knows. Okay, just punch Jack. Did Victoria recommend this motherfucker? Like, who is he? That's the Joeyest shit I've ever seen. 5 fucking kids.
Jack, is everything okay?
Jack, you just told this motherfucker where we live.
Set of high videotapes.
Victoria did this.
No. You did this when you planted Treadwell's tapes.
I never meant for Jack to get hurt. I have something I need to do.
Something you need to do. Don't distract yourself from feeling what you just did.
You always.
Right.
You're supposed
Who is this? Excuse me.
They got to you, didn't
I know that ain't the lawyer.
Your father did. To keep you silenced.
I'm about to be glad that the lawyer's helping.
You're lucky I intercepted that DNA test you ordered on Amanda.
Okay. And he got fired. Amazing. Thank you, lawyer. And I was just saying you should get your lick back. He done saved our lives. And you got him beat the fuck up. Red probably cracked. Girl, this is wicked work. Where is she actually? I thought she'd be like next to him, like, yeah, I'm about to say. She's about to pull up and say, girl, why are you here?
While I was rotting away in juvie with you and my father was rotting away in federal prison, the Graysons were sitting in that house. The Graysons hired that guy who beat up Jack. And now you're both in danger.
Knowing she's so messy. She lying.
Your old one.
She's wicked.
Your fake ID and passport are in your bag.
Emily is wicked.
It just leaves.
It's me. Alright, so whatever it is, you have to
Daniel,
keep me in the dark.
she's not telling you, sadly.
David Clark.
I didn't think she was gonna say it. She said it. Wow. That's probably the most relief she's felt in like decades, if I'm being honest with you. I was trying to see if Danny was going to think that, David, he forcefully did that. He said to prevent Jack from, in the beginning of this season, now he still got caught in the
It's a good
fire.
time to press pause on all of this.
And get married, huh? After Declan just told him, like, you should live a little with her, and then
If necessary, you know that.
look at how cold he was, and she was the one that was, like, really not trying to do it.
Victoria.
Now she's...
You stay with me tonight.
Oh, she's insane. She brought him, they rocked about baby that bed. Well, Jack, he said a couple lines about the dad, but he didn't look at Amanda Clark, he's different.
David Clark was accused of.
He thinks he yep.
Raped her.
That's exactly what I was thinking before. I was like, maybe he sees
Got
the...
pregnant with Charlotte as a result.
How's June for the wedding?
She said, yo, Daniel? I told you.
And you still want to marry into my crazy family.
Daniel. Because I think that Emily believes that Victoria said that, but no. Like, Victoria can be very manipulative with her actions. I low-key trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and thought she was legitimately crying. But now thinking about it, she legitimately probably did give that face off. But with how Dane was reacting, I knew automatically was assuming that he was giving, he put himself on it, which is why I said it. Victoria once again ain't tell the 40, she's lying. And now if Conrad be messy and say that they had a whole affair, it will ruin everything. Like I said, Victoria was going to tell them a half a lie. And she told the majority of the truth, but she didn't leave them how it happened. So now you have Daniel out here treating the real Amanda Clark's dad like trash and that he's a R word. And due to him already being basically brainwashed into believing that, David Clark is a terrorist and that he's a horrible person, that he kills so many people, and, his parents were probably the best Americans. Well, they're not even American, actually. The best Samaritans to actually save the city. And he is brainwashed, obviously brainwashed. So, like, in a sense, yes. But for us, you low-key kickstarted Emily's revenge plan. Because she didn't even want to, she was honestly pondering if she wanted to include you in this whole ordeal to take down Victoria. And once you said that you believe her dad is a and that he should be burning deeper in hell. If he wasn't burning in hell, he would have been two-piecing his motherfucker back there. Now she's bringing you into this L. And sadly, even though, you don't know the real tea, she feels like it's been vindictive. And vindicated, actually. I've been struggling to say that word. She's been feeling vindicated to actually give you that lick back. And it's sad because, like, I legitimately feel like I don't ever know Emily's real feelings for Dan. Like, I truly feel like I just can't understand it. And like, in all seriousness, like, I can feel her feelings for Nolan. Even if it's annoyance and even if this, I can feel her feelings for Jack. Not even romantically, like, platonically as well. I can feel her emotions for the real Emily. We obviously can feel her emotions for Victoria. We can feel her feelings for Ashley. I just can never decipher when is it real and when is it not real pertaining to Daniel. Sometimes I think that her feelings of, like, what ifs flow into him. But then back on, like I said a couple episodes ago, I just think about her bigger plan and how if she really cared about him, she would not want him, like, not want to drag him deeper into it. And I thought about it in this episode that, like, when she said that she may postpone the wedding, I was like, okay, she cares about him. She doesn't want to hurt him. You know, she doesn't want to basically force her way into this family by getting married to him and then ruining the whole family and then being stuck, you know. But then that scene happened at the end, and now she's fully like hugging him, and in this hugging embrace, her face is stern as she's looking at Victoria. And then obviously I could keep saying that every time she looks at him and kisses him, she probably imagines Victoria, so she gets angry. But there's been so many scenes at this point with her and Dan where like it's supposed to be a romantic moment, and her face is just giving. The bed scene when they had sex and she leaned over and was already pondering her next plan. This scene, the scene where she's kissing him on the swing and she's clenching the bench, like there's just so many things that it's like, are you really in love with him or you not? And even with Jack, I'm like, she cares about Jack apparently, but like how many times has Jack caught a stray through her? He caught like 3 strays. Like at this point, it just shows that Amanda emotions right now is not at a capacity where romantic and family can coherently live in this stage of where we're at. Anyways, okay, so this is season 1, episode 13, reaction to Revenge. I clearly forgot to do my outro, whatever. Nolan is probably the one of the most, besides next to him and Declan, are probably the ones that just be sitting here watching the ghetto shit occur around them, and then they shake their head and then they say they get stuck to the blunt of it. You have Declan being dragged to the blunt of Conrad's scheming ways, which is now probably not going to fully happen because I feel like Conrad's going to be spiteful and take away that scholarship because he's already icing his daughter, well, not even his daughter, he's icing out Charlotte. You have Declan now having to take care of his brother because he got beat up due to Emily's 55 million schemes of lies. You have Nolan, who's trying to be supportive of David Clark's offspring, aka Amanda Clark. He ended up building loyalty to her. And just for Emily to be basically trained to prepare for this moment, and then she does reckless things and gets people hurt. And then she tends to never fully think about it until she ponders it over time after Nolan has to clock her tea, and then she has to realize that he's right and then have to talk to him and then repeats the process. Nolan had to watch somebody that he only defaultly got close to because he knew of Jack's approximacy to the real Amanda Clark. And even though in the beginning the friendship was fake, he ended up genuinely getting a bond and building a bond with Jack to where he would try to hook Jack and Emily, the real Amanda, up. Even if it was in some type of way, he still wanted Amanda to somewhat latch into something that she previously had with her dad, or the life that she previously had before it was robbed from her. But, you know, like Amanda said, aka the real Amanda, she didn't want Jack to be involved. Although now, he has been involved without even needing to. He started dating the girl that's acting like her, gets his heart broke by her, gets his heart broke by Emily, then proceeds to get beat up because she didn't intend for Jack to be the blunt of the abuse. That was supposed to have been a robbery. Now, I'm not saying that, listen, like, let's blame Emily for this, but, like, Emily at some point has to realize that sometimes, even though she be 7 miles ahead, sometimes it always gets to people in the blunt of the actions. Yes, you're trying to hurt the Graysons, but sometimes you end up hurting the people around you. And we already saw that 3 episodes ago with Nolan, where she exposed Nolan and Tyler's tape, and then betrayed Nolan's trust just for the sake of getting a lick back at the Conrad Grayson family bubble. And now this. Not only did she hurt Jack damn near 2 times, but now she has Jack beat up, and now he lost his girlfriend for the sake of her continuing her scavenger plot. So Nolan and Jack can have happiness, but she can have a fake ass happiness wedding. But you know, Emily always thinks 7 foot ahead, whatever you have you. So she was able to clutch that. But the amount of people that get caught in the crosshair sometimes is actually sad. It is sad. Because now you have, let's bring into the Graysons. You have Charlotte now catching the additional stray, which is being isolated and having a losing streak. She was just so happy about her boyfriend Declan and her getting to like the same college and getting her life together, only for her dad to start looking at her like she's hell on ice. Because he found out that the mom was not the mom of his daughter. It's not even his daughter. Now, I know, once again, I can't really blame Conrad for feeling like some type of way, because imagine taking care of a kid that's never yours, and you were sitting here taking care of somebody that you hated. You hated David because you knew that Victoria will always love David. He's the love of her life, and he died, and she still loved that man. and you were never going to shine in comparison to him. And she literally just told you that he was more mean than you'll ever be. And then you additionally find out that she has a child with that man. Like, you have nothing. I know it hurts. Because imagine him spending like 16 plus years taking care of his child, being there for the first walks, being there for the teeths, being there recording her life, being there teaching her the alphabets and the letters. And that's not even your real child. And then you do all this like lying and deceit and blackmail with Victoria to cover your asses, and she lied to you about the baby for a whole ass time, and then you had never knew unless Emily leaked that tape. And I know, and it ain't even more sick because I can't blame Conrad. Like, if anything, Victoria and Conrad are both demons, but Victoria is going out here out demoning this man right now. Like, he even looks so distraught because at this point he already knows he done demon stuff that he's not proud of. Well, he is proud of for the sake of saving them. But to know that, like, that's probably the most last thing he has to lose is his kids, and that's not even one of his kids. It's crazy. Like, and then Charlotte favors him. She cares about him the most. That's her favorite parent. She doesn't like Victoria or nothing, and he can't even look at her while that happens. He don't even care about fighting for her in this little battle of the family. He wants her gone. And you think Victoria now thinks that she's relinquishing in this. Oh my God, I want both my kids. Like Dad don't want Charlotte, and Dan thinks I've been. So I won. Yeah, she got a storm coming because now nothing can get into Daniel's head. And if he's thinking about that, I can only imagine what Charlotte's thinking about her dad. And if she did find out that Daniel or David Clark was her real dad, I feel like she would definitely crash out because of all the shit that she's heard from her parents. This is gonna be crazy. But the fact that damn lawyer was definitely, like, I feel like that was the first thing. So I was like, that's definitely not the real Amanda Clark. So unless they had something in the system where Emily manipulated that, then yeah, but wow, she clutched that. And then she ended up finding more tea through him, actually. So he was telling some tea. Like, wow, I'm shocked. But Emily, stop that. Stop that, give people the crosshair, because we know we're about to see Jack crash out like how he was before. And I'm just going to have to close my eyes and pretend not to see it. But yeah, so my episode 32 reaction to Revenge. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more Revenge reactions. Page down below for Revenge, Charmed, and Teen Wolf reactions. 2 weeks when I upload. Till next time, make sure you say peace.